The shots are there for him. He's got the separation to shoot him. His stroke from three is so good. And as you can see, he's always explosive going to the basket.
You obviously come to town, Nick, and you've got the reigning MVP that'll be ready to go for you once the regular season starts. As a coach and a coaching staff, how do you prepare, whether it's molding or tweaking or establishing some sort of culture that you want to bring in here?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think that I know this team pretty well because of playing against them so much. But just I got to get them to know him intimately a little bit. I know we tried to throw everything we possibly could and the kitchen sink at Joel when we played against them. So just trying to see where we can find little areas to help him even get better. I know he's the MVP, and that's saying a lot, but let's take some time to get to know him a little bit.
Well, Nick, thank you so much. We appreciate spending a few moments here with us, and best of luck in your new adventure.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, the kitchen sink and Kawhi Leonard, I think, a time or two he threw at the Sixers. And now taking over after 3 seasons with Doc Rivers at the helm. And it's a franchise, JJ, you were on the inside of this for years, that is so hungry to get back to the top and to compete for an NBA championship again.
Well, it's I mean, no offense to other cities, but it is the best sports city in America.
Let's establish that right away.
And they love their sports teams, and if you can win a championship, I think the Eagles, Phillies have won recently. Flyers, of course. Philly fans love the Flyers as well, but it's just a special place to play, and it's a special fan base. Although it's very intense. It's very intense.
Yes. I would imagine they are often tuning into your podcast. How did... We got more now from Cassidy on Coach Nurse.
Yeah, and speaking of very intense, that's what Tyrese Maxey, that's how he described Nick Nurse. And Tyrese also told me the story about their first interaction after Nick got the head coaching job. Nick actually went to Dallas in the summer to visit Tyrese, and after they were talking for a bit, Nick asked Tyrese if he had any questions for him. And Tyrese told him, the only question I have for you is why do you only wear glasses during the game and not, during any other time? Is that like your uniform or jersey or something, he asked Nick? And Nick shared the reasoning with us. He said that he got LASIK surgery his second year in Toronto. So the first preseason game he had that year, he didn't wear his glasses. And after the game, he saw that his mom called him a bunch of times, like 15 times. And he called her back frantically and asked, what's wrong? She said, why weren't you at the game? And she said, I just wasn't wearing my glasses. And she said, you better put those glasses back on so I can find you. So he actually wears fake glasses during the game in a way to, say hello to his mother and ode to her. And it's also, in a way, as Maxey described, his game uniform, guys.
A mother's love. I sense there's some sort of name, image, and likeness deal that is available here for Nick. There he is pregame coming in on the right.
He said it was a fashion statement, too. There's a little bit of that. There's a little bit of that.
Maxey, and now Harris. Wanted to get back to what you were talking about just a second ago, too, like dealing with the expectations in some of these NBA towns, pretty much all of them now, the excitement and the constant attention, right, on guys during the season, whether that's positive or negative.
Yeah, I think as expectations rise, the amount of stress and anxiety rises as well. When you're in a no-pressure environment, your day-to-day existence can be very different than an NBA player playing in a city like Philly or playing in a city like Boston or New York, or on really any team that LeBron James is on, or on any team that Steph Curry is on.
This is the injury to Springer. Ran into a Porzingis pick. So Tatum to the free throw line. Coming off of that NBA record record-breaking performance in Game 7 to clinch the series against the Sixers last year when he dropped 51 on them. And he is amongst a handful of people who has announced an interest in getting together another dream team for the Summer Olympics in Paris. Of course, Philadelphia as well. Joel Embiid this week announcing he wants to play for the United States. Could have played for France or Cameroon as well. But wanted to play in front of his fans around the NBA. Wanted to play in front of his young son who was born in the United States. Pretty cool to see how that team might be coming together for next summer.
Oh, it's going to be fascinating to see what that final roster looks like. Patrick Beverley has got into his bag tonight. He showed us the one-handed, no-collect scoop off the glass over Al Horford in the first half. And there, with the Rondo-esque ball fake into a...
Patrick Beverley should have been doing that for the Lakers. I don't want to hear it. Happy Sunday. Like and subscribe, baby.
In the new season either.
He's going to make this shot and then give Jaylen Brown the too small. That's very interesting. Yeah.
Crafty is the word that comes to mind of moves like that. Bit of an outburst here from the Sixers to open up this third quarter. And let's see, make that an 11-2 run right now. White with the take, they've got numbers. Just didn't time the jump. And Tatum reverses direction and scores it anyway. First chance of defense for the new year. Got some energy in the building. Tatum snags it.
I think the crowd noise is being pumped in.
I think a lot of folks wanted to stay home to listen to us talking about the new in-season tournament and the player participation policy. That's all still to come, folks, in the second half. The new flapping rule that they're going to call. An additional coach's challenge if you get the first one right. They'll reward some accuracy, some moxie. Reed on the drive.
And will just give us another opportunity for stoppage of play. You know?
I know you're thrilled about that. Tatum trying to go to work on House, takes the body and draws the foul. 4-point game, 6:22 to go here in the third. Opening up the NBA preseason on ESPN.